32-year-old Rick Genest was found dead in his apartment in Montreal, Canada this last Wednesday. 32 years old, and it has came to light that he has taken his own life. Rick was known as Zombie Boy. He had an insane social media following. He was a known model. His tattoos were recognized across the world. He was in several music videos, a part of several different advertisements, and just a part of all kinds of things. I mean, he stayed busy. I made a comment within the last week, just days before he died, that I could not go on Instagram without seeing a picture of Zombie Boy. When I just heard the news a little bit ago, like anytime you hear this news, somebody committed suicide. And you see this successful life that they're living. I think that it's more successful than a lot of people know. I think so many people undershoot themselves. And then again, from the outside looking in, that's the way that it can look to us. But to them, they look at us, looking at them saying, you guys have no clue what I'm struggling with, what kind of demons I am fighting. This young man obviously was fighting something so bad that he felt that the only way out, the only relief he would find would be if he took his own life. And that's happening so much. I mean, you almost can't go. Well, let's put it like this. A lot of us don't even know how much it's happening because we only really know the people that are publicized, the people that have some kind of celebrity, you could say. But really, as we're sitting here speaking right now, there is most likely a suicide taking place somewhere. This is such a problem, and it's getting worse and worse because a lot of the younger generation is seeing the news about these things. They're hearing about their inspirations, their role models, the people that they idolize, that they want to be like, taking their own lives. So many people looked up to Chester Bennington, lead singer of Linkin Park. And again, outside looking in, you never would have seen it coming. You never would have seen it coming. I've said in videos before, and I mean it, I can't stress it enough, ask people if they're okay. Show people you care. You don't have to do that much, really, guys. All you have to do is let somebody know that you could be there for them. You would be there for them if they needed somebody, if they needed something. Maybe that's all he really needed. And I know when you get in that certain light that, and this video is to try to communicate with Rick from the dead. That is what I do. But I think when you're in a certain light, you don't know if people are there for the right reasons. Are they with me because I have a little bit of fame, I have a little bit of money, I have a little bit of pull in the industry, I know people? Are they really here because they like me? I know that's got to be a tough thing. Fame, you know, you want to be a singer all your life, and then you become a singer, and it's like, man, this came with a big, big price. I sold my life. I sold my life. I can now no longer go to this place or that place and just be comfortable and know if that person knows who I am. You know, do they like me? Do they not like me? Would they try and hurt me? Are they going to ask me for an autograph? I'm here trying to enjoy my time. I just want to live a normal life, and you really can't do that no more. I'm not saying that was Rick's problem. I don't think anybody, no matter how much you know him, you won't know exactly what he was struggling with. But I think this tears a lot of people apart. I think that you work hard to get somewhere, and when you get there, you have to work even harder to stay there. But meanwhile, no matter what you do, and I've seen this as a YouTuber, no matter what you do, people still want you to fail. Just months ago, I had 14,000 subscribers. I'm now, today as I'm speaking to you, as I'm recording this video, I have 57,000. I cannot tell you how many people, how many comments. Now I have to approve comments for them to show up under videos. I screen everything because so many reasons I screen it. But I can't tell you how many comments that I haven't approved, that I've deleted. And maybe I should have approved them so people could see how dirty some individuals are out there. How many comments I've deleted of people telling me they wish I would kill myself. Please kill yourself. Do the world a favor and kill yourself. God, I hope you die. I hope you get hit by a train. I hope, go throw yourself in front of a car. I mean, some of the stuff is insane. And I've only got 57,000 subscribers. Now I know that's not small potatoes. But that is enough for me to say, wow, I see what these people are going through that have huge fan bases. The difference between me and them is I love life. I love my children. And I would never be so selfish, for me, speaking for me, so selfish to take my life and leave my children fatherless. No matter how bad I'm struggling, I will never do that because they are more important to me than anything. And you really got to have the things in your vision that are important. You know, this guy could have looked at things a different way if he would have been seeing clearer, and maybe he'd still be here right now. He's not. I know nothing's going to bring him back. What I'm going to do is using my portal box. This amazing ITC device here allows us to communicate with spirits in real time. I know a lot of you out there, maybe you're not aware how this works. Spirits are able to communicate with us through frequency because they're energy, and they're able to use their energy to talk to us. And what this device does is it creates the perfect line for them to be able to speak over. And there's frequencies in the channels that allow them to manipulate those in such a way to where we're able to hear them for little periods of time. And do keep in mind, okay, and I know we're about 10 minutes in here, and I haven't edited any of this. I want you to know that whenever I'm making these videos, you might get a 10, 20-minute video of me communicating with somebody. Don't think that's as long as I spent trying to communicate with them. I can go for a whole hour and maybe only get a handful of replies, and I edit that down to give you guys the evidence. This video is going to be a little bit longer because I wanted to talk and I wanted to speak from the heart, and I believe that more people need to do this. You know, a lot of people will say, well, you're just doing this for views. You know, I'm doing this because I love communicating with the dead. And this guy deserves to be communicated with just as much as anybody else. But when somebody like him has a massive fan base out there that is hurting, and people start coming to me and saying, look, this is somebody I want you to communicate with. Somebody speeding by there. I pay attention to them. I pay attention to them. You know, obviously I can't do this for everybody out there. I've had 400 people a week hit me up and say, can you get a hold of my aunt? Can you get a hold of my dad? Can you get a hold of my son? And it's tough because I do have kids. But there comes to a certain point where you have 400 people asking you to reach out to this one individual. You have to listen. And I see it so important to so many people out there. I honestly think that it will help make better communication. I think that Rick actually might be able to come through because of how many people are out there wanting me to do this. There's a lot of energy out there. And I think he's somebody that would respect this process. I honestly do. I don't personally know him. But I think he would respect this process. And maybe he's a confused spirit right now, and he wants somebody to try and communicate with him. What is going on? I've just died to get away from the pain. Why am I still here? Why can I see everybody around me living their life? Why? Enough talk, guys. Let's get into it. Right now, Rick, we're going to try and communicate with you. Rick, why did you do what you did? Were you being eaten alive with your emotions? Sadness? Did you like being called Zombie Boy? Was it hard to make the decision to take your own life? Rick, how many times did you think about doing what you did? Did you feel like you did not have anybody to talk to? Was there nobody that could have stopped you from doing what you did? Rick, are you suffering now? Will you be missing anything about this life that you could share with us? Was it hard living in your shoes? Some hellacious responses in there. Rick, what would you tell somebody else out there that's suffering like you were? Now that you've done what you did, how do you feel? Do you feel like something evil pushed you to doing what you did? Rick, are you here with me right now? Are you here? Yeah. Rick, is that you? Okay, guys, so I just finished the session with Rick, and I have to say that I feel like he came through. I have a really high success rate at communicating with the spirits that I'm trying to communicate with. And I will say that, knowing that in this aspect, okay, I listen for the tone of their voice. I listen for them to respond a way that they would respond, not the way that a demon trying to portray that person would respond. Like, did it really feel like Rick? That's what you have to ask yourself. I kind of feel like I heard a few things in there that made me feel like that's him. I mean, if you go and watch some interviews, come back to this video and watch it again, I think you may feel the same way. Or if you're already familiar with the guy, then you'll know what just happened here was amazing. My name is Jody Dean. My channel here is Hunting the Dead. Please subscribe, like, comment, share this video, because there's a lot of people out there that it may be able to help. You know, me talking about it in the beginning may let other people know what they need to do to help these people that are suffering like this. That's really the best thing that could come from this. I really do thank you guys for watching, and I may do a follow-up video. It will depend, you know, on the response that we get here, you know, if it's positive, if it's negative. How many people out there want to keep hearing Rick talk? My condolences to any friends, to any family, to any fans out there that are suffering from this young man's death. And to Rick and his spirit, you're welcome to communicate with me and come through any time in the future. Thank you.